diversity is good, but too much diversity will kill a country. Look at Europe. I mean, and this is what I'm at. I mean, that's what America First means. You take care of Americans. If you want to come to this country, another thing I want to say, come to this country and respect our laws. Come here with pride. Love this country. Learn the language. We have a common language. If you don't have a common language, you have nothing.
America doesn't have an official language.
How about English?
They don't.
Well, what I'm saying is you can call it official or unofficial, but it's acceptable that if we don't have a common language, in other words, go to a store, go to anywhere, and if you can't speak the language, if I don't understand you, how are you going to communicate?
Right, but what I mean is, like, let's say California or Florida or Texas, majority Spanish speaking. Would you say that?
No, America wasn't founded on Spanish speaking. It's an English, Judeo-Christian country, period. Okay, and the end of story. I mean, you can have other cultures. My wife's family is 100% Italian. They spoke Italian, but when they're outside in the world, they spoke English.
Right, because it was the prevailing language here, but it wasn't an official.
No, well, it doesn't have to be official, but it's somewhat acceptable. How about?
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I was asking. It's like, let's say California becomes 70% Spanish speaking. That's the accepted language there.
No, because California is still a state of this wonderful country, and so I'm thinking, here's my point on the whole thing. It's fine to be bilingual or multilingual and to learn different languages. I'm all for it. I learned Spanish in school when I was a kid. Fine, but you have to have a country uniting on something. If you don't have, say, you can be whatever ethnic group you are, French, I don't care what you are, Italian. Appreciate and love your heritage. Beautiful. But we have to come unite. You're not going to be united on one common thing. What can we unite again on? Language? If you can't at least speak the same language, you can have your culture. But how about embrace one common denominator that'll unite us? See, what they're trying to do now is divide us. They want all these different factions, all these different nationalities. And it's driving people apart. I want to bring people to come together. The only way in my mind to do that is to speak the same language, communicate properly. Okay, I don't have anything against anybody speaking.
So if there was an English as an official language movement or a bill or something like that, you'd be in favor of that?
Well, absolutely, because it brings people together. And why not learn a language? If I went to Mexico or if I went to France or whatever, wouldn't I have to learn their language? Wouldn't it be expected of me to learn their ways?
Oh, absolutely. But they have official languages. That's what I'm saying. For us here, part of why we didn't was because of the picture you were painting. Germans were coming, French, right. English.
But they all came with the understanding they learned English. You look at ancestors 70, 80 years ago who came here out for the American dream, they learned language. It may be they had spoke in their homes their language, but they learn language to work in the factories, to work in production, to work in manufacturing. They learn language, and that's what united everybody. That's what the essence of the United States is: coming together for one. Okay, not like we're going to be what? You're going to speak German, Italian, French. No, it's chaos under that situation. You have to have some agreed upon way to come together. My interpretation is language. It's a common, easy thing. Why not expect people to come here to learn English? Is that an unfair request? Do you think it's unfair? Say you come.
I'm not. I don't have an opinion.
What I'm saying is, I would think it's a fair request to say you come here from Mexico. Say you come here from Guatemala. That's fine. Come here from South America, but learn the language, learn our culture, embrace the culture, love our country. That's not demanding. That's just correct in my mind. I'm not looking for anybody to give up their heritage, give up their identity, but I don't like people that say I'm Iraqi American, Italian. You're just going to be an American. Just use the term American. I'm an American, and that should say it all. Okay, if you want to think of yourself like an Israeli American, a whatever American, a French American, no, you're putting another country before America. Just come to this country and embrace it and say, I'm an American.